I've been rejected way too many times in my life. I won't take no for an answer anymore. Sings all these walls been erected, stop my dreams, yeah. But I won't let that be a factor anymore. If you won't stand with me, if you won't go with me, I'm gonna go on by myself. If you won't fight with me, if you don't believe in me, I'm gonna walk on by myself. I got this burning fire deep in my soul, and I can't escape this lonely, lonely flame. My journey may go down an old rugged road, but I keep on pressing, 'cause I'm not afraid anymore. If you won't stand with me, if you won't go with me, I'm gonna go on by myself. If you won't fight with me, if you won't believe with me, I'm gonna walk on by myself. I can see clearly now. Oh, my future's my responsibility. Now I realize that nobody helps carry my cross. I still gotta go on. If you don't stand with me, if you don't go with me, I'm gonna go on by myself. If you don't believe with me, I'm gonna walk on by myself. If you don't stand with me, if you don't go with me, I'm going by myself. And if you don't believe in me, I'm gonna walk on by myself. Oh, sometimes I feel like I wanna throw my hands up, 'cause I can't breathe, but I'm still gonna go on by myself. Sometimes I wanna say, I'm gonna walk on by myself.
Good readings, family. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the entire LDBC. What's good, y'all? Let's see what we got in the building. Phil J 508 was good. Mark Wunderlich was good. My brother CB Sports TV. Rob Sportsman Lee. Syndicate J. What's up? What's up? What's up? Pete Boxing. What's good? This shit jumped on me. Stupid. Damn. Let's go back. Syndicate J. Pete Boxing. Nitty G. 88 Sports Talk. DB was good. Was good. Daniel Mitchell. Bruce Goes. TC The Crisis. Picasso. Daniel Mitchell. TJ's Thoughts. Donald Simpson. The Liquor Spot. What's up? What's up? Bruce Goes. Picasso. Chauncey Moore. Lonnie DiCarlo. What's good? What's good? Eric Jenkins. Thrill Hill. What's up? What's up? What's up? Mir. What's good? Eric and STL. What's good, family? All right. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. Yo, Reggie. Let me know if you're available. I might want to send you a link for this topic in particular. Let me know if you're available. If you are, just drop your email in the chat. Thanos was good. Alright, I don't know who else is here. This shit is a little behind. You free? Drop your email. CMB100 was good. because I want you to cook with me on this. And it's crazy because I had thought about you and I thought about somebody else. I have a guest, but she's a busy professional and she's actually caught up with something right now. And I like busy individuals. She got her scheduling jumbled up. I got you, family. I got you, family. Where's that? I got you. Where's that? I just saw it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, she got her scheduling mixed up, so she has the link, and if she's ready to jump on, she'll jump on. If not, the beautiful Kaya Bell. This sister is unbelievable, man. She's an entrepreneur, and I just wanted her to cook on what that's all about, and the ups and downs, the difficulties of it, and how important it is to maintain your own, especially her being a woman, a black woman, in this current atmosphere. What does she have to do to be successful, and what is her what's her winning formula? Seen and unseen boxing was good. Salute. So if she can't get on today, I'll definitely have her on probably next week. But I can't wait for you guys to meet her. She might jump on. She might jump on today. Real rap was good, family. She might jump on today. She might not. But listen, you guys see the topic. You guys see the topic, and paste. Oops, what the fuck? Hold on. I'm bugging. I'm gonna get you right now, Reg. Yeah, alright, I got you, Reg. What I want to focus on today, Mrs. Shelton, what's good? What I want to focus on today, and I wanted her to cook on this, but like I said, you know, she's a busy professional, and things come up, and you got a JMJ 2121 was good. That's right, we moving, baby. And yeah, Rob G was good. Rob G film was good. We're in a very serious moment right now in not only America but the world. And we all love boxing, so we all understand what openings are. All right, someone's throwing a left hook. There's an opening in between that left hook. But by the time he lands or can land, you can throw something to stop that. You can do it with a jab. You can do it with a counter right hand. You can do it with a straight left. You can do it. There's openings everywhere. And you don't have to be the fastest person, because we all know that timing negates speed most of the times. That's why I love boxing, because it's true to life. What did I see? Tania, what's good? Retros for life. What's good? So right now, we're in a period where there's an opening. And after the protests, after we're done burning shit, actually, you know what? Let me say this. You notice how when we found out, it wasn't black people burning shit up, shit stopped burning? Did you notice that? Did you notice how when we found out there was a bunch of saltines running around with masks on, spray painting Black Lives Matter, breaking into stores? Once we found out it was these saltines, the looting stopped. You notice that shit? We got you. But never mind that. That's a conversation. Yeah, Antifa, exactly. That's another conversation for another time. But what I'm saying is, there's an opening right now. The question is, what do we do after all of this? And you know they're gonna. I think the murderers of Aubrey, they're going to prison forever. They're done. And these cops that did that to Floyd, I think they're done. I'd like to think they're done. But once that subsides and that's all done, and they change a few laws to make us happy, do we go back to what we've been doing the whole time? Because it don't take them long. I saw an Instagram video, Boozy walking in the mall. He puts his phone up. There's a bunch of black motherfuckers standing on the line for Gucci waiting for the store to open. He's like, yo, they don't love y'all. Why the fuck are we still standing at Gucci? Unless we're going to get a refund. Why are we going backwards? So the topic today is, what's next? We've been here before, man. These aren't the first brothers or sisters that died. The question is, what do we do? All right, we burn shit up. Well, it wasn't even us burning shit up. It wasn't even us. It wasn't even us vandalizing. All right? But never mind all of that. What do we do? Everyone's talking about, oh, we want change for the system. We want change for the system. Shakita Dow, what's good? You know, we want change for the system. Guess what? They ain't changing the system. The system was in place. Reg, what's good?
What's happening, bro?
Chilling, baby. Chilling, baby. Yeah, the system was never made for us. The system was never made for us. So with that being said, what is there to fix? What is there to fix? If you buy a pair of pants that are 32 waist and you know your ass is a 44, why you buy the pants? Why you do that? It wasn't made for you. That size wasn't made for you, but you bought it. This system was in place, and when the Constitution was written, it was not written in our favor, and they're not changing the Constitution. So my question to everybody in here, what are we going to do after this? Let's say all the cops go to jail for life. Let's say that. Let's say the murderers of Aubrey go to jail for life. Let's say the cops that murdered all of them, the sister in her house. Let's say everybody go to jail, and we clap it up. What do? We go to work the next day? Yeah, because we need money, right? We go to work the next day. That's what we're gonna do. You gonna still stand on lines for those fucking Jordans? You still gonna go to Gucci? Listen to me very carefully. Family, show me where you spend your money, and I will tell you what your priorities are. 100% of the time. I'll say it again if it went over your head. Show me where you spend your money, and I will tell you where your priorities are. What are we going to do? My opinion, it's time for us to grow economically. And this is something that black Americans could never grasp because we've been conditioned not to trust each other. We've been conditioned not to do that. Well, I don't want to deal with that nigga because you know he live up the block and this nigga never done anything to you a day in his life. But he comes to you, he or she comes to you with an idea. Yo, maybe we could do something. Maybe we could fix something. Maybe we could, if we put our money together, we could buy this real estate and we could move this bill. Oh, I don't know. Dankfather, what's good, man? Yo, listen, they'll be like, I don't know. But you know what? Let some cracker go up to them. And I don't mean to talk like this, but we speaking freely, man. Let some saltine go up to him and say, yo, look, I'm looking to buy this real estate. You in? Let me hear what you got to say. But your brother, with the same amount of money, same amount of education, will go to you, and you won't even give him a second look. You won't even give him one look. We've been conditioned not to trust each other. We can't even walk in certain hoods if you have the wrong color hat. What the fuck? We still doing that shit? There's an opening here. We got the world on the ropes. This is the championship rounds. We got the world on the ropes. Send all the cops to jail. Send all of them to jail. Yank down all the statues. What are we going to do with our money? The time is now. The time is now. We need to move different. And I'm doing this show because I met this sister, Kaya Bell. Hopefully she can jump on. If not, I'll have her on some other time. But she's a busy professional. And y'all need to meet this sister. Y'all need to meet this sister. She's a powerful, powerful person. And I like how she moves. And she is everything that we need to be. She's everything we need to be. Her mental state is everywhere where we need to be. You understand what I'm talking about? We need to take advantage of the openings. Because when this dies down, when this pandemic goes away, what are we going to do? It's going to be back to business as usual, or are we going to capitalize? Are we going to capitalize? Or are we going to just run around and start buying Jordans and putting money into a system that was never designed for us? Are we going to keep buying from the Koreans that are in our neighborhoods? Or are we going to tell them pump their brakes? We're going to drive 10 blocks to the black-owned, black-operated businesses and put money in our own people's hands. They only come fuck with us when we're going to spend money. It ain't got to be that way. It ain't got to be that way. We got to work smarter, not harder. We can't get ahead of the 8 ball if we fucking putting our financial future in the hands of a boss. I've had several epiphanies in 1 year. I have a job. I make great money. But I've grown very complacent. And the things that I want to accomplish in life, my job income cannot provide that. So you best believe when brothers like 78 are talking, I'm listening. And for most motherfuckers, you might not like what's being delivered or who's delivering the message. But if the message is pure and it makes sense, you better fucking listen. I'm talking about ownership. They keep calling us the minority. Are we the minority? When we outnumber these motherfuckers? Now, I'm going to give you some math. Well, not even math. I'm going to give you some absolute fact. Eric Jenkins was good. Absolute facts. Denise Wards was good. Jay Martin, salute. Here's a fact. Here's a fact. The average dollar rotates from hand to hand in the Jewish community for about maybe 6 months. Hand to hand to hand to hand before it leaves the community. Same thing with the Asians. I don't know what the exact numbers are. Derek Bailey was good. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but it's for months. That I do know, it's months. You know how long black Americans hold on to our dollars? 6 hours. As soon as we get it, we spend it somewhere. What the fuck are we doing? Jordans? The newest Timbs? Huh? Show me where you spend your money and I'll tell you what your priorities for. I'll tell you what your priorities are. I used to like gold. I got a $2,000 chain with a King Tut piece. And I look at that shit in my drawer every day. I'm like, what the fuck? I know at that point when I bought it 22 years ago, I could have did something else with that money. I know I could have. But I had to have that chain. So I'm not talking down on anybody. I'm just saying you need to rethink what we're doing. Especially now. Because there's an opening. Reg, what you got on this, brother?
Man, I like exactly where the hell you've been going with this, and really what it comes down to is people understanding their position, their elevation in the world, and when others see us, like in this moment, when other people see that black folks are serious about some shit, they take black folks serious. And one reason is they can take black folks serious because they know when they have a waking, a sleeping giant, they know not to prod and poke at these motherfuckers. And that's the seriousness that has to come out of these situations. Now, it shouldn't be a situation where we always act like we're the last soldiers when it comes to shit. It takes for us to be deeply oppressed to wake up, to want to stand up and fight. We should never celebrate victories. I've always had this issue with us wanting to celebrate every fucking thing. Everything doesn't need to become a party. Everything doesn't need to be a celebration. And I think this is some of the moments that got lost in time when we go back to the civil rights periods. We get to where they break down the rules on segregation. We begin to desegregate everything. We get into this state of want to celebrate because we get to move near and close to white folks. But when we get in these moments, do we take advantage of what was the purpose behind this fight? No, we didn't. We went in there on some fool shit. When they begin to take away a lot of the funding to these schools, we begin to let programs break away, acting as if we couldn't educate ourselves. And I think that become one of the main streams to the issues that have plagued us for so long. It's a deeper underlying thought that goes into, we just didn't arrive here. This is a slow process that we didn't pay attention to how we got here. Black folks had major ownership. When I look through South Central, I'm going to speak from an LA perspective, but the LA perspective is a US perspective because what blacks in LA face is same thing that blacks in new places have faced, because we own parts of our cities, we own businesses, we thrived at one period in time. At some point, we begin to where we're not passing down these generational values. We begin to spoil our children, not teaching them the values of a dollar, the values of family business, to pass to where we can just pass it on, where they're going to inherit it. We begin to lose that. Others begin to invade our communities and slowly begin to penetrate it to where now we don't want to do business with our brother because we're jealous of him because he done reached this point. We want to spend it elsewhere because you don't want to see this dude doing better than you. That mindset has to be broken away. We have to start to appreciate those who do business. Even with me, I went to business school. Am I a business owner? No. But I know how to go in and respect owners of businesses who look like me. And I appreciate that. My money I want to spend my money with those who look like me, who are doing a greater service within the community. And even if my kids walk into the store, especially my daughter always recognizes this. She sees a woman in business or doing something that lights her fucking world up. And don't let her be black. It really lights her world up. So those type of representations have to be seen at an early age. When I was coming up as a kid, in our stores before the riots, white folks ran the stores in our neighborhood. But you have to go 15 miles out to where white folks resided. But they come over here, they accumulate all this money, their wages are made to where they're funding taxes in their community based on their jobs, pulling all this shit out of our neighborhood. It didn't take until we start burning shit up in the 92 riots until they start taking us serious. But our thing is, we have to become serious about this shit, about everything, and not run away from this shit, because this shit is always a fucking battle. And battles should not be, you should be war ready. You shouldn't have to be prepared because some bad shit happened. When they see that you're serious, they take you serious. And we see in situations where we're gunning each other down. Like we can speak about the seriousness and violence of where we, especially in LA, we deal with this blue and red shit. And even it may cross over to racial side of shit. But when it comes to blue and red, folks who look like each other should gun each other down. Now we have this issue of gentrification going on within our communities, where whites are moving in our communities. Do we have the same kind of homicidal rage towards these new people moving in our community, pricing us the fuck up out of there? No, not at all. You don't hold them to the same standards, but you have such deep hatred towards your own people that you're willing to pull trigger on these dudes and let the white guys move into your neighborhood, slowly putting moms and granny up out the damn neighborhood. But you don't have the same level of violence. So it shows It's deep. That is the deepest sign of how far this fucking self-hatred expands. And then when you go about, you're speaking about where you can tell a lot about a person where he spends his money. It was one time, man, because I've always been like this since I've been a young ass kid. But one day we, I think I'm out the military, and the homies want to go to fucking out to like Sunset, where like a rodeo area or some shit. They want to go out there. They want to. I don't know what the fuck they want to go. I ride with them and shit. And we going to this damn leather coat store. It's a Jewish-owned store. It's a lot of Jewish ownership, high-end area. And when they walk in there, I'm just peeping because I don't want none of this shit up out of there. I'm always been the type, I want to do shit where I'm from, in my neighborhood, spend money over there. So I'm rolling with these dudes. I'm just sitting back peeping at them because I'm watching the way that they conduct themselves when we in the neighborhood, how they act foolish and all this shit, to where now we enter these folks' environment, how they want to proper and clean up the behavior and go about conducting business. In this store, it's like $1,000 coats. And they looking around, this Jewish guy, he's talking with one customer. When he's seen our black ass walk in there, everything changes. He doesn't want to provide service to my homies who's asking questions and shit. Before I flip, because I'm just observing this shit, and I'm getting mad at the fact that you guys even thinking about doing business with this motherfucker. You ain't even paying attention to the way he judging you, the way you're being treated in here. The service is fucked up, but it wasn't messed up to when these other folks walked in here. Before I start tripping on the homies, and I get to flipping this shit. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. When you see another motherfucker who look like me walk in here, you better treat him like you treated that little white punk motherfucker you was up here giving service to. Mm-hmm. But I told the homies, don't y'all ever do no fuck shit like this. You niggas come around here, around these white folks, you want to straighten up, you in the neighborhood, you fucking making other people feel uncomfortable, all this fuck shit. And I see that a lot with black folks inside our neighborhoods, the way we try to intimidate folks visiting these stores that we don't own, but we go over into other fucking neighborhoods and we behave in a manner that's proper. But I also had a chick who used to do the same fucking shit. I stopped fucking with this chick. Beautiful chick, but same way. She acts, her behavior is a certain way, want to be hostile when she in our environment, thinks she need to be hard. Always want to go wine and dine in Hollywood, Beverly Hills and shit, and I watch her fucking voice, the little voice switch and shit. Oh yeah, I would like to, and I sit at the table like, what the fuck going on here? Like, and it was at the wild seeing that shit, I had to cut her off. I don't give a fuck how beautiful she is, she can be replaced, but off of that, I had to, man, it had to go, man. It had to go. But we must stay with our eyes on the prize of understanding our true values in this nation. This nation cannot function without us. But not only let this nation function because we're such influential people within it, we have to start taking power positions, executive positions, to where we make the decisions in it. And that's what hasn't been happening. We haven't been putting ourselves in roles of power. And I think that has to happen politically, whether you get in office or you begin to start understanding the way the system works. And that's why I'm so big on this voting shit. Some people don't believe in it on a federal level. Get it on your local level. Are you at these school meetings? Are you at these school board meetings for your kids? Mm-hmm. You're a voice for other kids that look like your kids, even if they're the lower spectrum of the population there. You speak up for that shit. And this is why I be like, people, when I hear them speak on this political shit, I be like, they're fake about it. Are you showing up to these school board meetings? Are you showing up to parent conferences? Are you voicing and speaking? Are you just sitting back like a fly on the wall inside these rooms? Are you going to city council meetings? Are you raising issues within your city? And that tells what type of player in the system you are. And that's the way you begin to make changes within the system. You become a vocal player in it. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing a world of vocal players. Even on the white side, you're seeing vocal players who are making folks that have been doing fuck shit within the system start to check themselves. The biggest bigot puts himself in check when he sees those who he's opposed to begin to stand up. And he knows he got a problem on his hands before they start fixing shit up. But even after this shit cannot stop. People cannot start celebrating shit. Even when the police reform goes about, that's the way it should be. It doesn't take for you to start having a party celebrating and then falling asleep thinking it's going to handle itself. No, you got to do this shit. And you got to become involved. And that's what it is, involvement. But I'll pass it back over to you.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sister Josh House was good. G Sports says now there's no excuse not to attend meetings because they're all online now. Yeah. My wife attends several. You know what I mean? Jewels of Life was good. Act Reach is in the house. I saw you there, brother. Who else I missed? Anybody miss it? Renee Box Young was good. Monty Brown, the guard, was good. 88 Sports Talk, my fam. Yo, look, I agree with everything you said 100%. And getting political can also mean sometimes you have to payola. These politicians, they're in the pocket of whatever community is paying them the most. I know that for a fact. Okay, I know that for a fact. The law enforcement respects the Jewish community because they're very powerful financially. If you don't abide by what we need, we're not going to donate. They don't give a fuck about whether we donate or not because we don't donate at all. We don't donate at all. You understand? So they don't respect our dollar because we don't have it according to them. So what I like to discuss moving forward, D. Hodges was good. What I like to discuss moving forward is how do we change that? You see, gentrification doesn't happen if we don't allow it. And I'm not talking about burning someone's shit down. I'm not talking about that, man. We have to work smarter, not harder. Everyone remembers Do the Right Thing. No, they killed Radio Raheem. And then we burnt up the whole neighborhood. And the Chinaman said, "No, you're not burning my shit up." You know, BX Happy says, "Oops, she jumped on me." BX Happy says, "Don't just attend the meetings, speak out, make your presence felt in network." That's right. That's right. Don't just sit there like a bump on the log. You got to talk. But yeah, man, they killed Radio Raheem. And they burnt the whole fucking block to the ground. So my question is, after you burn the shit to the ground, what do you do? What are you going to do? You done burnt it to the ground. Now you're angry. Now what? What are you going to do? What's your plan? So I'm not talking about burning shit to the ground. I'm talking about working smarter, not harder. Gentrification doesn't happen in our neighborhood if we don't allow it. So when, and trust me, it's hard not to make this a racist conversation, a racial conversation, but it is because I'm talking about my people. We need to fix it. Harlem now is not the same Harlem it was 20 years ago. Believe me, it's not. That fucker is different. Now, they still have spots where if you make the wrong turn, you end up boop in the middle of projects. Be careful. But it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. So you burn down the hood. The Koreans come and buy up the burnt out building. Now they're selling you fruits and beer and vegetables, and they opened up the chicken spot next door. You know what I'm saying? Millionaire mindset. What's good, family? They're selling you chicken, and I'm being real. They're selling you Mama's fried chicken. They're selling you fruits and vegetables. They're selling you your low budget alcohol. Across the street, their cousins are selling you Chinese food, and they bought that whole building and they live upstairs. And you are supporting that. Now I say that to somebody, they'll say, "Yo, I ain't got no money to buy the building or whatever." And you don't like the fact that you go in there to buy some fucking apples and the little Korean lady is following you around the store, which has happened to me. That's a whole nother story though. But you know how you hurt them? In the pockets. Don't fucking go. But then when you talk and tell people that, you say, "Yo, don't go here. I get my fruits and vegetables about 10 blocks away." You'd be surprised at the resistance that you'll get in that conversation. "Oh, well, you know, it's just across the street. I'm just buying this apple. Oh, it's just across the street. I'm just going here a couple of times. Oh, you expect me to get on a bus and go 10 blocks away?" Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You go in there with your $5 to get your chicken wings and fried rice, some shit you shouldn't be eating anyway, but I already did a show about that. And when you walk in there, They got their face made up already. What you want? Hurry up! 425, 425. Yeah, can I get an extra duck sauce? 5 cents, 25 cents. They're shoving your food, taking your money, and rushing you out the fucking door. In your neighborhood that you've been living in. They've been here for 4 years. You've been here all your life, and they're treating you like shit. You want to spend your money there because it's convenient? Fuck that. Keeping the money in the community, they're not your community. Because you know what? When it's time for them to close up, guess what? Only motherfuckers that live upstairs are the motherfuckers that just came in from the country. They barely speak English. They ride around on their bikes, delivering the food. They don't even come upstairs to the door anymore. They be getting robbed all over the place. So they make you come outside to get your shit. So it's not even real service. And guess what? When they rotate their money, I'm not going to have that conversation here because it's not for that. The next person comes up and buys another property two blocks down. You ever notice in New York, there's a few things you can guarantee on a block. You can guarantee a hair salon, a hair and nail salon, a Chinese restaurant. Now you got these chicken spots popping up all over the place. Texas Fried, Kennedy Fried, Mama's Fried, and a bodega. Those things. And then every like 10 blocks you'll see Tim TV 212 was good. You'll see the pizza shop. A pizza shop, you'll see a pizza shop. And then you'll see the big old fruit stand. None of those fucking things are owned by anybody black. And we live there. Why is that? Why is that? So when you burn this fucker down, what do? You go in there and argue with these motherfuckers every day. All you want is 4 cucumbers, an onion, and some goddamn parsley flakes. And these motherfuckers following you all around the fucking store, snatching the money from you, putting your shit in the bag and shushing you off. Like you don't go to work every day. You go to work every day for these motherfuckers to come up in your neighborhood and treat you like that? You want to spend your money there? I found out that Home Depot, the company, they're strong Trump supporters. There's a Home Depot. There's 2 Home Depots close to me. There's one damn near in walking distance, and then there's another one a little further away. I read that shit. I said, oh well. Then it was brought to my attention that there's a brother in some way in charge of Lowe's that sells the same thing like Home Depot. The closest Lowe's to me is like in Yonkers. I live in the Bronx. It's about 10-mile drive. Boots on the ground. Guess what I did just last week? And Home Depot's here. Lowe's is way over there. I got in my motherfucking vehicle and I drove my fucking Nissan up there and I took my time. I said, man, they got everything in here just like Home Depot. The parking was a little better. The atmosphere was a lot better. So what the fuck was I really doing? I could have said, and guess what? Now Home Depot over here, there's a bunch of yardies working up in there. There's a bunch of yardies working up in there. Smoke screen. They hired from the community. That don't mean they own shit. All I had to do was read one good fucking time. These guys are Trump supporters? Done. Done. My daughter loves chicken nuggets from Wendy's. They're Trump supporters. My baby ain't eating from Wendy's ever again. Ever again. Fuck what you heard. It's what you need to hear. It's the same as last year, so step to the rear. Boss. Shout out to Grand Hoover. You dig what I'm saying? We need to redirect our buying power. And we need to work smarter, not harder. This is bullshit. We done burnt shit up. We done made the whole world's on fire. We getting statues snatched down. We making these people in DC kneel for us. So I'm looking like y'all never seen no shit like this before. But you know, since it's happening, we need to capitalize. Family, what are we gonna do? What's the plan? I got a plan. I'm not gonna reveal it on this platform. You know, y'all hit me up on IG and we can talk man to man, woman to woman. But I've never loved my people more than I have right now. Some of y'all niggas get on my nerves though. I'm being honest. Some of y'all niggas get on my nerves. Scrapbook Boxing, my brother, was good. Some of y'all niggas get on my fucking nerves. But you see, love can be unconditional, but we got to know what we're dealing with here. Now, y'all heard Fred's show last night. And I clowned some nigga they call Super Coon. I don't even know that nigga real name. I went in like that because what that nigga represents, and let me get this, let me be very clear. I don't think that guy's black, and I'm being very serious. I don't think that guy's black at all. Because when I leaned on him, when I leaned on him, I heard his voice crack, and it came out. You motherfucker. If I ever see you, it'll be the last thing you ever do, motherfucker, ER. And I heard that. I said, yo, y'all heard that? That's a white person's lingo. Got him. He's been trolling this whole time. I grew up with white people around where I live, and if I put them on the phone with you, you think you're talking to a black man. But as they got older, in their professional lives, and I know 2 of them are doctors now, no bullshit. And I talked to them on the phone. I'm like, yo, man, that's funny how you do that. He said, what? You turn it off. Y'all ever spoke to a West Indian that's Americanized? When they get around other Jamaicans, they cut that accent on, and then when they get around you, they could turn it off. Same shit. Same shit. So my white friends, they grew up, we grew up breakdancing, listening to hip hop. And I talk to them now in their professional life, and I heard them on the phone with a client. They're like, yeah, how you doing, Harvey? And I'm like, oh, shit. It's not selling out. He has to wear multiple hats. I'm talking to y'all now because y'all family. But trust me, I could turn it off and sound proper. Hey, how are you? How can I help you today? I could be professional. I don't call it sounding white. I call it sounding professional. You have to be able to turn it off. But I say what the fuck I want. Here, it's my platform. You understand what I'm talking about? So, there's a time and place for everything. But who the fuck are we? Now, that guy Super Coon, I don't think he's black. But if he is, that nigga get on my nerves. That type of man get on. He's not even a man. He's a fucking imp. He's a fucking motherfucker. I'm Chewbacca and he's goddamn Ewok. I'm a Wookiee. He's an Ewok. He got on here and I heard him talk all that bullshit for a while. And enough is enough, man. This Deontay Wilder shit, enough is enough. Enough is enough. We're not even talking boxing at this point. The man was assaulted in the ring. Louis Resto lives right here in the Bronx. I see him often. And when I do see him, I'm going to stop and be like, yo, what you see here? And I'm not, he's not going to get offended. What's done is done. And I'm not trying to be funny, but if anyone knows what a deflated glove looked like, it's him. And I'm not being funny, I'm not disrespecting him. Now, what if Deontay Wilder died in that ring? Motherfuckers will really be applauding that shit. And if you're a black man applauding that shit, now there's some dudes that are anti-Wilder that I know personally. And then when this evidence started coming about, I will say that when I showed them this, I said, look, man, this ain't boxing, man. Look at this shit. I don't care if you don't like Wilder. But look at this shit. And I will admit, they said, oh, you know what? That's kind of fucked up. Kinda. What if he died? Yeah, man, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. And then it registers. Is your hate for one man, your brother, is your hate for your brother as such that you would justify this foreign saltine? You wouldn't care if that man died in the ring? I wanted to ask Super Coon that. Never mind whether you think he ducked AJ or not. We all know that's irrelevant. We all know you have zero boxing knowledge. If Fury killed Wilder in the ring right now as a black man, and it comes about that this motherfucker cheated, where do you stand on that? And I bet you Super Coon couldn't answer that question, because Super Coon ain't a coon at all. He's a super cracker. He's a super saltine. And when I pressed him, he got off the phone like I was in his face. He had to gather himself. I have to gather my black voice. I have to get my black voice down. He banged the phone and called back. Nigga, beam in. Beam in so we could talk about it. He got off the phone like he could get fucking the corona through the phone. What's wrong with you? What kind of man says he jogs 1,000 miles a year? He made it seem like, I was listening that day, I just didn't say anything. He makes it seem like, he said that he does a workout of some sort of like some sort of epic event. People come watch him work out. He's in his like late 40s. He's on Fred's show calling people all kinds of bitch ass niggas. He disrespected the OG, Donald. I listened and I tried to ignore it. I said, I ain't gonna, whatever. But my nigga, enough is enough, man. Shut the fuck up. This ain't the time for you cooning. This ain't the time for anybody cooning. You see what they did to AJ. And I wasn't supporting AJ's boxing career. But let me tell you something else. When Big Baby popped dirty, I kept it 100%. JC was good. J.A. Dixon was good. I kept it 100%. I said, you know what? He ain't need to do that. And if you pop dirty and you trying to get in there dirty, that means you trying to kill this man. And if he'd have gotten there, now think about this. If Big Baby had gotten past the test, gotten there and smacked AJ around like Ruiz did, won the title, and then popped dirty later, what would the world be saying? Kick him out the sport. He cheated. Fuck you. And what would we be saying as black Americans? Well, he cheated. He cheated. I kept it 100. I said, nah, we can't have that, man. We can't have that. We can't have that. Are these motherfuckers doing the same for Wilder? No. And what drives me crazy is when we don't stand up for Wilder. And Super Coon gonna call right behind my call and say, oh well, because if I don't like Wilder, I'm not black, nigga. Let's stop right there. You're not black. But go on. Go on. Motherfucker, if it don't apply, don't let it fly if it don't apply. Fuck you. Beam in next time, Super Coon, and I know you watching. I don't believe you. You're not black. And don't beam in with your boyfriend. All right? You. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. You can't, because you don't know shit. I heard your talking points. It's all recycled trash. It's doo-doo. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, saltine. You're a saltine until you prove otherwise by showing your grill. And don't be a light-skinned nigga, because that's going to be a little worse for you. You dig? But those are the type of dudes in the ranks that we can't move forward with. We'll never move forward with niggas like that in the ranks, if he's even black. We need unity. We need a game plan. I'm willing to bury the hatchet. You know, what they did with AJ had nothing to do with boxing. You see what I'm talking about? What happened to Deontay Wilder at this point, these allegations that are getting stronger and stronger every day, what they did to AJ had nothing to do with boxing. And I made a video 48 hours later, where's Eddie Hearn? And then when Eddie Hearn makes his announcement, he blamed it on AJ reading something that he didn't write. What the fuck does that have to do? He meant what he said though. He only read it because when someone gives you something to read, don't you like glance over it first before you read it? At the bottom of the page, you could say, oh, well, I'm gay or some dumb shit. I'm sure he proofread it before he fucking said it. That's not sticking up for your boy. That's not what it is. How can I believe what you say when I see what you do? You also convinced that kid to say that he would freeze Wilder out. Do you have any concept what that even means? And I know AJ didn't know. Black fighters aren't supposed to freeze each other out. But when AJ got attacked racially, that hit me here. And I said, oh, that's fucked up. We can't let this brother get thrown under the bus because we don't like how his boxing career is moving. Apples, oranges. Apples, oranges. What are we? Who do we stand for? What are we going to do? They've gotten in our heads. We're supposed to, because we don't like how his boxing career is going, we're supposed to disregard the racist attacks. Fuck that. I stuck up for AJ. I stuck up for him. That had nothing to do with boxing. I was sticking up for Floyd all these years. That had nothing to do with boxing, with how he was getting attacked. That had nothing to do with boxing. When you gotta call someone a nigger over the game of boxing, that's been on your head all this time. You don't respect us, and I don't respect you. And a guy like Super Coon, he don't respect himself. We're stronger united. So what the fuck are we gonna do? Is it gonna be back to business as usual? What is it gonna be? Back to business as usual? Are we gonna take this lesson and say, you know what, we gotta fucking change everything. Hit reset on the video game. Change everything. We need to act like somebody got a hold of our entire life information, our social security, banking information, and we need to go call our financial institutions and say, yo, look, stop everything. We need to reset the whole game. And we can start by redirecting our buying power. We can start by understanding what gentrification is. A new store comes in your hood. Do you know all businesses are in the red for like at least 3 years? They got to make their money back. We could bankrupt their ass in like 6 months. They open up those doors, don't go in. Don't go in. You will if they have no customers from the block, you will fuck them up in 2 months. It's that simple. Take your business elsewhere. KP from KC5, good. What's up? What's up? What's up? Reg, what you got on this?
Man, I like what you were saying, man. And the greatest unity is the effects through economic unity. And I think that shit is so key. And one of the greatest tragedies I've seen when it comes to movement, because they had the same kind of movement that was going down in LA when everybody watched the riots. We seen what was going on. What stood in the way of that? Because these motherfuckers, these political people, financial people came running to offer all sorts of money to the people of South Central. What stood in the way? The old ignorant, money-hungry, money-minded motherfucker who didn't have no understanding of how to go about building unity, because there's been this fracturing within the relationship of one another. We try to put on a peace treaty. We watch how quick that shit fell apart through police interjections of lies, turning people against each other because we so quick to go at the neck of each other and shit, rather than having a calmer head, being the mediator, sitting in the middle, having conversations to go about calming these type of talks. But quickly that damn truce fell apart. The gangs right back at each other's head. People fighting over money, where money is going to go. These different little what they call them, the little non-profit organizations, they begin to fall apart because everybody's vying for position when it comes to the control of money. And that's where they begin to fucked up, to where now the politicians can slowly sneak their asses away.
Reggie.
Go ahead.
Time out. Read that.
But the banking system, sorry, we will not listen to a butthurt 800 sub person about the superior banking system. Shut up, and fuck that white boy. We sidestep whole shit, but he gonna listen. He ain't here, so he listening. He
Yo,
listening.
thank you for the views, motherfucker. I appreciate it. Just because of
Absolutely.
you, there is a nice black-owned urban company. They sell urban gear. It's called Nagash. They got a nice pair of shoes I'm gonna purchase. This nigga, this cracker, this saltine went in my page and saw how many subs I have. Guess what? I'm getting a check. And because of you, I'm gonna go purchase those kicks. I'm flossing off you. You see, where would you racist ass crackers and self-hating niggas get it? When are you gonna understand? I just said, you know how you beat gentrification? When they open their doors, don't go in there. You saltine or self-hating nigga, whatever you are. You clicked on this link, listened to me talk, got offended, made up an account to come say that. I'm gonna put it up again. You made up an account to come say that. Views, money. How's that, banking system? Thank you. Thank you.
Right. And he in here gaining all this knowledge. He listening to it.
Word up, you listening. You listening to me. You're listening to me. And you just contributed to my finances. Thank you. Dumbass. I just said when they open their doors, don't go. I went live. Why are you here? I don't care. I'll take your money. I turned into that Korean motherfucker following you around the fucking store, taking your money and telling you get the fuck out. You understand? So, now you're blocked, and when you come back as another name, say something else. I need more trolls. I need BFTB level trolls. And they follow that brother everywhere. I need trolls on the BFTB level because y'all think I'm bullshitting. But BFTB is begging all of his job checks and he's flossing with his YouTube money. You trolls are helping him win. The LDBC has gentrified social media. We are eating. We are eating. Monty Brown, are we not eating? The liquor spot, are we not eating? We're eating. I need more trolls. So, the banking system. Yeah, I'm going to shut up and obey. Come back as someone else, though. I need more views. I got 52 eyes on me right now. You was 53. You dumb motherfucker. Did you hear a word I said, or did you just come in here and hear me shit on Fury and back AJ? So you hate that I shit on that saltine, and you don't like the fact that where we were shitting on AJ justifiably, now we're talking about we're getting his back. And I'm talking about black unity and us moving forward. The same thing that AJ was saying. You can't stand it. So you prove to be everything that I said you are. How does it feel? Somebody go to his page and see how many subs he got. Does he have 800 like me? Does he have 1,000? Does he do live streams? How about this? Does he show his face? Super coon. Super coon. So come back to somebody else. That's who that was. That's who that was. Super coon. You obey. You have a flat butt white chick. I know you do. You like that shit. She stinks. The bitch smell like burnt garbage. The bitch smell like rotten cabbage that's sitting in the back of your mama fridge. That's been sitting there since fucking like Thanksgiving. You know how the old Tupperware greens that you forget about to be in the back of the back of the fucking fridge from Thanksgiving, and it's now like December 20th, and you clean out the fridge like, oh man, we gotta get rid of some of this food. Oh, these are the greens from Thanksgiving, and you open that fuck up, stink up the whole house. Smell like the whole goddamn house farted at the same time. That's what your girl pussy smell like. Nigga, she smell like feet, ass, and onions. Super coon. But come on back, though. You're blocked. But come on back. Brother needs some new sneakers. Me and my 800 subs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to speak on that shit.
Go ahead, bro.
But when it comes to them fools looking at where sub counts, where numbers, remember, numbers start with 0. So that's 800 spots away from 0. So this shows there's elevation. Motherfuckers coming together and shit, you barely start doing it. So, I mean, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? So you always remember, as long as the number ain't on 0, you might as well shut the fuck up on numbers. And then also you coming in here speaking on something because you're hearing what we speaking about, because it's the truth, it's the real. When it comes to what black folks do it through the mud, they do it through a hustle. A lot of white folks, not saying all, a lot of white folks who live in this system, upper middle class, upper economic systems, y'all thrive off of welfare system. Y'all county babies. That's how y'all thrive off in the system. Bunch of county babies is what y'all are, and that's the way it's viewed, and that's the way it is. But other than that, you gonna listen to what black folks gonna say, because shit about to change on you status quo babies. The shit is over with. You gonna have to get your lazy asses up off this little welfare system, and you gonna be forced to compete and be forced to work. And you know you can't work. Y'all half-assed your way through shit. But those days is over with. As long as we stay on top of shit, and that's what they don't like. When we speak on shit to gear ourselves to doing the right shit, hey, it forces these old trash ass kids to do their shit. That's why they wealthy grandfathers. And this is the other thing, even though they live on a welfare system, they also live like slaves, because grandpa and grandma who holds the bag controls the way you motherfuckers think. You better stay in line with what they tell you, with what they teach you. You can't function and think. And that's why when you put motherfuckers like that, silver spoon kids, in positions to run shit, they fuck off shit. And that's why you deal with the wealthy types who won't leave all their money for their kids. They put them in foundations and shit, because they know them idiots that they done raised gonna fuck shit off, because in here these motherfuckers ain't got it. But trolls can sit in here, they gonna listen, they enjoy. As much as it fucks with them, because that cognitive shit fucks with them to hear some real shit delivered to them. This is why they come in here with shit. I don't pay attention to trolls. I laugh at their comments, keep on rolling with the mission at hand. Let them sit back, listen, because they listening. They girls listening. And that's the other thing. You're dealing with a lot of insecure, fucking ancestral bred clowns that come in here and think like that. Because when it comes to real shit, white bitches don't want to fuck with them. When y'all deal with y'all white girls, they rather have pets and name them as your kids, because they don't want to infest the world with your fucking dead, with your infectious seeds. They come to us, we impregnate them with some baskets, a squad of children, because you motherfuckers is defunct as shit. So straighten your little clown ass up and listen to what we talking about.
Yo, where do you think the term tall, dark, and handsome came from? Ask Paulie Malignaggi. He fucking accused the black people of coming to his country of Sicily, and said that we raped them. No, that's not what happened, Paulie. That's not what happened. The boat landed in Sicily, and the women of Sicily got amazed. We were bigger, stronger, with mighty, mighty, mighty trunks. And those chicks was like, fuck that. What's going on that boat? The world's first party boat was when the Moors came to Sicily. And we ain't beat anybody up and pillaged and burned shit up and brought disease. We brought education. And the women fell in love with us. And we crossbred. And we did so much fucking over there that generations later, your eyes and your hair is brown. It's called self-hatred. You got nigga in you. That's what it is. Y'all motherfuckers are mad because you're not poor. And that's why Italians look crazy on Sicilians. You think I didn't know that? I had an Italian tell me that. The real reason they don't fuck with Sicilians is because they have nigga blood in it. That's what an Italian told me. I didn't know Paulie was Sicilian. There's a difference. There's a difference. It's like how Puerto Ricans and everybody else looks crazy at Dominicans, and I never understood it until I sat down and spoke to some. I said, why I don't like y'all? Y'all don't talk the same language. He says, no, we don't. Why I don't like y'all? And there was a whole history behind it. I'm like, shit, that's fucked up. They treat Dominicans like the bottom bitch of all Spanish-speaking cultures. I swear. It's crazy. And it's something I'll never understand. I can't comprehend it. Why? I'm not Dominican. It's the same shit going on with the Italians and Sicilians. I never understood that shit. I went to high school with a bunch of Italians, and they didn't fuck with this one guy that spoke their same language. He says, nah, he's Sicilian. I was like, what? Y'all, but y'all talk. And they would make these funny jokes. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Oh, we just clowning him because he's from Sicily. So? I couldn't comprehend that. I'm thinking that, y'all, ain't that like equivalent to being a state over? It's like somebody from the Bronx clowning somebody from Brooklyn and clowning somebody from Queens. It's all New York. But you've been around New York long enough, you could look at the person and tell what borough they're from. You have to have a good eye for that. You could tell who's from Harlem, who's from Brooklyn, who's from the Bronx, who's from Queens. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then Paulie, Reg, on your Instagram, you saw it. We had a big blown out conversation. And it was some of the most ignorant shit I've ever read. It was, and that's my opinion. And he put it in writing. I'm reading it like, yo, he's really letting it out. How your people, African, mind you, he doesn't really know if I'm African. No one knows my ethnicity unless I share it. I know I'm black. I know I'm a black American. I could be Puerto Rican on one side. I could be Native American on another side. You don't know. You just assumed. But that's okay. I'll give it to him. He says, yeah, well, you know, what your people did. Did the Moors come to Italy or Sicily and say they just raped and pillaged and took slaves with them and left the fucking country all fucked up? They didn't do that. They came there, they integrated, they laid seed, and they bounced and took some of the women with them. That's what happened. I don't see anybody in Sicily hitting up Africa for reparations. And that's why the Italians look crazy at the Sicilians. At least that's what I was told. Now, if there's any Italians on here that want to correct me, feel free. But I'm telling you what I was told, not by Paulie. I knew the story. I just didn't want to say anything. I'm not even going to say I know the story. I know what I was told. Much different from what these saltines did to Africa. They went over there, clunked people on the head, kidnapped them, and that's why you got black people everywhere. My man Delano is black as night, African looking. Guess where he's from? He's from Panama. English is like his second language. How'd he get there? Guess what? His great-great-grandfather is dead from Africa. That's why he looks like that. And they only married within their little community in there. That's why he don't look like Roberto Duran or some shit. His lineage, they only married other black people that were slaves with them. That's why he looks like if he stood there, if he just sat next to you, you would think he's African. He speaks Spanish in broken English. It totally fucks you up. Like, huh? What? So guys like Paulie Malignaggi are mad because deep down, when you do their DNA, they got black in them. In essence, they're mad because their hair is not blonde and blue, and they've been told this fucking lie that Africans came to their land and fucked them up and soiled their land. All they did was come in there and share knowledge, integrate, and leave. That's all they did. What the Europeans did, 80% of this world, is not what the Moors did wherever they landed. But that's another topic for another time. But this is all relevant to what we're talking about. You see, we just had some saltine come up here saying, listen and obey. And he's still listening. He'll come on as somebody else. And that's fine. Give me the views. But you're not listening, you stupid ass. But please, I need you to be ignorant. I'm trying to get paid. Now I'm trying to get paid. All for you. When you do something stupid, I ain't get on YouTube to make money. I make money. I came on here to support the cause, support what we're doing. But when I get assholes like that, I don't mind making money off of that. You dumb motherfucker. All I'm here to try and do is to big up my people and share information and set the record straight. We are new media. We are the narrative. There's a reason why I brought up AJ. There's a reason why I brought up Jarrell Miller. And I'm not going to crucify Jarrell Miller, no matter how fucked up it is, because you know why? How many cheaters we got running around right now that they're not saying the same shit about? Tyson Fury has killed his goddamn... You can't comment on his Instagram. But he knows we talking about him because he went to the brother Aki's I believe it was his Instagram, and was listening to what they have to say. So if it ain't Fury himself, it's somebody listening to what or the evidence that we're grouping together. He's on the ropes, like the rest of the world. You see the relevance? He's on the ropes. Time reveals all truth. He gonna get his ass got. He gonna get his ass got. I'd love to see what the world would say if Deontay Wilder gave El Chapo a shout out for doing anything for him. Come on, are you fucking serious? Are you serious? We're not making this shit up. We come on the news and it comes to us and we report it. We ain't making it up. Don't hate us. Hate Ireland for saying, yo, this guy's a goddamn criminal. And I'm a firm believer that Deontay Wilder ain't saying shit. Why he's so quiet? He ain't saying shit because he wants that get back. And if he comes with these doctor's notes and everything else, they're going to be forced to look at it with a serious eye and say, yo, no. This guy can't fight, man. This guy can't fight here. He can't fight here. These injuries are inconsistent with anything this guy's ever done, including to him. It's inconsistent. The gloves are gone. We can't prove nothing, but we can't prove the gloves with anything but other than what we see. But what we can prove is that the dents in his face don't match. And Paulie, I don't give a fuck what he says, because Sean Porter beat his ass so bad, he said he went to the doctor and the fucking doctor said it looked like he got hit by a truck. That sounds like sarcasm. That doesn't sound like, yeah, Paulie, you need to call somebody because it looked like you got ran over by a truck. It sounds more like, yo, damn, Paulie, it looked like you got hit by a truck. Ha, 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 ha. That's what it sounds like. Paulie always listen. I'm telling the truth about Paulie. When Paulie loses, he always get beat up. Like when he loses, when he took an L to, I went to the Cotto fight. His fucking whole shit was swollen right here. Sean Porter lumped his shit up. And he was crying steroids back then. That's him. That's what he did. He was crying about steroids. Okay. So he's saying the glove is funny. Oh, you're just complaining. Yo, look, we see his knuckle in the fucking wrist of the glove. You don't see that. Okay, now his fucking glove look like a deflated Muppet hand. What you got to say about that now? You're exaggerating. We're seeing it. All right, how about Nicholas Asbury blowing the spot? And they didn't deny it. They never said, oh, he was lying. There's an explanation for that. We're still waiting. They never said he was lying. They said we did it to build his confidence. What the fuck? You do that to sparring partners? What? All of this evidence. Oh, he didn't renew his boxing license in the UK. Rather than to answer those allegations, he let his license go in his home country. Where the fuck you think he was going to fight AJ to sell all those seats? No one gives a fuck about AJ, because around here, when I say AJ to a casual, they say, oh, that's the dude that lost to that fat kid? I swear. The big nigga that lost to the big European nigga that they were trying to say was the next Lennox Lewis that lost to that fat kid? They ain't trying to see him. So you think you're going to sell some? And Tyson sold what? What they say, like under 6,000 seats in an arena, some crazy shit like that. But him and AJ's last and only appearance in America, he got knocked around. Never mind the cloud that shrouds his loss. But he got beat the fuck up here on this soil. This motherfucker, Fury's a goddamn cheater, can't sell no seats without Deontay Wilder. And they're supposed to sell some seats. He tried to undercut and make that deal to seal his bag. You know why he wanted to seal his bag? Because he won't be able to go into that third fight without people properly checking him. He knows he can't beat Deontay, and he knows he's going to get decapitated. That's what he knows is going to happen. But if he locks in his bag with Eddie Hearn, they can't backtrack out of something that's already signed. And he shot himself in the ass when he aligned himself with a goddamn dope dealer. That's what happened. That's what happened. We're not making it up. We're reporting it as it goes. We're reporting it. ESPN, you know the only thing they said about Deontay Wilder? Oh, his career's over. That's all they had to say. Really? Was Manny Pacquiao's career over after Marquez slept him? No, and guess what? He proved it wasn't over. He proved it. Everybody's taking L's. Was Lennox Lewis' career over when Hasim Rahman knocked his head off into the first row in Africa? No. And I never said it was over. A lot of people was like, no, he's done, he's done. Mr. Shelton was good. He's done. I said, no. Give him a minute. He came back and he got back with Hasim Rahman. Oliver McCall, same shit. So how the fuck is he over? That's the only thing ESPN has to say. They ain't got nothing else to say about all of this shit happening with Tyson Fury. They ain't got shit to say. So when the news comes out and re-report it, we're the bad guys. We're not making it up. We're saying, yo, we think he cheated. Look at these gloves. Yo, we think he's in bed with a drug dealer. Look at who he's associating with. We're not making none of this shit up. It's here. What the fuck? Stop trying to tell us that we're not seeing what we see. And you see, what does this have to do with the topic of the show is? It's all relevant. White media, old media, they're always trying to tell us that we're not seeing what we're actually seeing. We saw the knee on the neck of Floyd. We saw it. He looked into the camera and said, I can't breathe. The cop looked at the motherfucker recording and saying he could breathe. And he said, you look like you're enjoying this shit. And a little Asian cop saying, back up, back up. Once you're handcuffed, the game's over. Why you got 3 cops on your fucking back? And then you got this other motherfucker walking around shopping at Walmart like it's safe. Where are your priorities? He should be scared to leave the house. He should be getting death threats every fucking day. This is what we deal with. They're going to court and getting acquitted because of who they represent. This system is not for us. So why the fuck are we fighting to change it? It wasn't made for us. What do we have to do? Everybody makes money. Redirect your buying power. We don't need these motherfuckers. We spent $1 trillion and we don't own nothing. What the fuck? They can shut this YouTube down shit tomorrow. I'll be alright. How about y'all? You know when I see they'll shut this YouTube shit down? When we start making serious moves. That's what the LDBC is. It's deeper than just a boxing community. You know what's fucking real? The C. Community. And no, we're not all black. There's people that understand what we do. I put it in a little rhyme and I put it up on there. I was fucking around. I was bored at my boy's house. I said, let me just put this on a track, and I just threw it up there. And I put some words. I put some words behind the acronym. But C, community code, created change, concentrated like chi. Get chopped, nigga. LDBC. We're a community. We're united. We got professionals right here in the chat. You don't know what all these people do. I bet you didn't know we got like what, neurosurgeons in here? Did you know that? We got brain doctors in this motherfucker. We got police doctors. We got police. We got not NYPD, not anymore. We got law enforcement. We got feds in here. Do you know that? Don't get fooled when you see a brother like 78 talking, and you know he's talking like he's just chilling with his family. He's chilling with us, and you're getting on it like, who's this nigga? Who's this nigga on the horse? Who's this nigga on the horse on some Django shit? You know who that nigga is? This nigga got the fucking village started. This nigga created change. That's who that nigga is. That's why we call him the general. I don't want to hear shit that's coming out that TV outside of the weather. My day starts and ends with the LDBC because I want to hear what y'all got to say. I care what y'all got to say. I don't give a fuck what they have to say. That system ain't for me. Nothing's for us. Wake up. That's why I can't stand Super Coon. If he is a black man, which I doubt, he's a traitor in the ranks. Traitors in the ranks get dealt with. They're dangerous. They're dangerous. And I meant every word that I said. Yep, that's right, Don ZB. Who this nigga on that nag? Who this nigga on that nag? Ass motherfuckers. Now the sister K, she wasn't able to make it, but I'm going to have her on the show. Everything that I'm talking about, she represents. Because she's doing it. She owns her own business. She's redirected her buying power. She understands the importance of us doing things ourselves. She understands that concept. And I will have her on the show. The family needs to meet her. And she's a black woman at that. You can't tell me nothing. That sister represents everything the community needs. I'm not hearing it. I protect her. I protect everybody. I protect everybody in that chat. I could be loyal to a fault. But y'all gonna see. The next get together, when the next big fight, y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Reg, I'm gonna let you cook in a second, but let me say this. When Dominic Brazil fought, if you want to call it a fight, when he fought Deontay Wilder, right over here in Brooklyn, I drove over there. It was me, Focus Ball, BFTB, Akmecha, and there was somebody else there. It was only 4 of us, 5 of us. Tay was good. BFTB had a big old sweater that said LDBC on it. He had his BFTB hat on. His channel was already popping. Where the trolls at? Oh, next time I see you, when I see you, I'm gonna come do this and I'm gonna do that. Okay. We were there. We was only 4 deep. And Ack left because his girl wasn't feeling well. Oh, and he was with a shorty. We were there. Where the trolls at? Y'all trolls rolled deep? Y'all rolled deep? I don't think so. I don't think so. And let me be very clear. And this is a message to anybody. Any hater, any super coon. I don't mind rolling by myself. I don't mind. You step to me if you want to. Don't get it confused. You go to my page, you see me working out, you see me jumping rope. That's not just for show, man. You see these mitts? I know how to use them. I'm going on record by saying I will beat you severely about the head and neck, and you will be lucky to make it to the fucking hospital. You stepped to D Styles, what's good? Big Dog Willie, what's good? This is just boxing, man. And if ever you want to take it to a point where you want to get physical like a soccer fan, you're going to have to try really hard to stay alive until law enforcement shows up to pull me off of you. And I hope you're nice with yours, because I am. You better be Jet Li, Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, Van Damme in their prime. Because I ain't fucking playing games. I'm not going out here looking to fight somebody because I'm in support of Deontay Wilder. I'll debate you. But flinch if you want to. Flinch if you want to. I'm nervous. And these hands are quick. I know how to use them. I'm dead ass. I'll put the boots on you. I'm not fucking around. I'm not fucking around. I like to fight. Fighting is right here, and fucking is a close second, depending on how I'm feeling that day. There's nothing more refreshing than knowing you have the talent to punch someone in the fucking face and knock them straight unconscious. That's a talent that I so happen to own. Now, I'm not saying I'm some sort of superhero or whatever, but listen. Fuck around if you want to. You will be a meme. You will be a TikTok video. You will be on the Instagram sleeping. I've worked at clubs. I had to use these mitts. I've gotten people ready for Golden Gloves. I had to use these mitts. Fuck with your life if you want to. And if I don't feel like putting the hands on you, balled up, I'm going to grab you. And I'm going to show you a different kind of skill. I'm going to show you how the human head is not supposed to hit the pavement. And if you're not asleep on the first suplex, you're going to go up. And you're going to meet the pavement again. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. We're just talking about boxing. Don't fucking walk up on anybody that I'm with or me personally. Because I don't like to talk. I don't like to talk. Next event, I'm going to have my fucking Drew Titan shirt on, my LDBC visor or my wristbands or whatever. Come up, come in peace. I'll give you a pound and a hug. You come to me on some fuck shit, pray to who you worship. Pray to who you worship. I don't do threats. And Super Coon pissed me off. I meant what I said. And the only reason why I said that is because I remember I was listening that night when he called Fred's show. It was calling Fred all kinds of bitch ass niggas. Any person in the LDBC that does a live stream and gets some faggot contacting them, calling them all out their name, be very careful. Because if we're ever out and about and you come and reveal yourself, next step is what you going to do now. Are you going to be a man of your word? Throw those hands? Are you going to do that? Super Coon ain't about that life. I meant what I said. Last I heard, I think he lives in Vegas. I heard he was some sort of bounty hunter. You jog 1,000 miles a year. That's what you said. You said when you work out at some sort of public event. That's what you said. Nigga, I just work out. Ain't no public event. I jump rope, do push-ups, hit the bag. I never recorded that. I got mitts. I got mitts. You got mitts. You on here threatening niggas? You talking about you wanna tell Fred to get him a spawn session with Deontay Wilder? Nigga, you crazy? Let me explain something to you. I can handle myself in the ring, but I'm not a pro. But I can handle myself in the ring. I believe I could spar with a lot of pros. Could I beat them? Nigga, if I could beat them, I'd probably be a pro. In other words, you need to learn how to stay in your fucking lane. I'm that nigga that be in the gym, and when some fuck motherfucker comes off the street talking about, oh, I could do this boxing shit, I'm that dude that'll beat the shit out of you. Because I believe, and I've seen this, what little you know in the gym, ain't nobody fucking with you from the street. I've seen so many street motherfuckers come off the fucking street, get into a ring. I've seen a 28-year-old man get beat up by a 14-year-old kid. And the kid was outweighed by at least 40 pounds. I've seen that. I've seen that. I'm that dude. I'm that dude. Yeah, you can fight? Get in the smoker. Get in the smoker. Let me see. You look good for 2 seconds, but what happens? Usually what happens? For those of you that know your boxing, what happens? 60 seconds, not even 60 seconds, the first 30 seconds, they throw a few punches and they breathing heavy. Fair game. I know what I'm doing in that smoker, man. And a nigga like Super Coon, if you're a black man, I can't stand you. Because I hear it in your conversation. There's a different level of hatred there. That's why it wasn't a threat what I said yesterday. It was a challenge. It wasn't a threat. It was a challenge. What do you want to do? Fuck Deontay Wilder. I'm your Huckleberry. What you want to do? He got off the phone. Then called back and got off the phone again. Point proven. Nigga, if you don't beam in, Fred may or may not answer. But you're now a clown. And don't let the next event happen in Vegas, because I will get a hashtag beam in shirt and rock it specifically for you. Hashtag beam in. But that's enough about Super Coon. But all of this is relevant. The coons that are against us, that are stopping our flow, and the system that's oppressed us. What are we finna do? What you got, Reggie, before we close this out?
Man, that was some great shit right there. Great shit. But the way you just stay dangerous, regardless of troll or everyday motherfuckers you walk across, because staying dangerous keeps you alert and ready for all shit around you. So situational awareness is key. It's always key, especially where motherfuckers come from. We don't come from suburbia, Portrait's family. We don't come from the goddamn Perrys and shit. So we gotta stay dangerous for survival. So motherfuckers come at people the wrong way, especially I don't listen to troll people, because if you're gonna talk that shit, it's a small world. You run across a motherfucker, pop the shit. So that's just me. I'm a calm person, but I was raised to be dangerous and shit. Calm, always make sure this motherfucker is straight, keep this motherfucker sober, and I'll make sure I stay dangerous. But when it comes down, coons have always been the worst amongst us. I think they've always been in place to slow down our progress when it came down to a lot of revolts in this nation. And that's one of the things that has always changed it. Because even when it comes down to the system, like even what's going on right now, when it's come down to the system, where how you're speaking about the system not being for us, but the system won't be for people who don't understand it. Now, when it comes down to us coming over into a system where some people brought over from the continent, some people already living here, but being enslaved by people who've created a system with a plan in play. They had a tight system. The system mission oriented. They knew what they're going to do with it. Now you bring in people who don't understand. You got to understand. We don't know the language, the rules, or understanding against the enemy we're faced against. You got to think this enemy's coming over here with advanced shit. This is a weaponized enemy. enemy with other infrastructures to kind of lock people down and incarcerate them and begin to psychologically fuck with them and put them in fear. So we bonded in the mind and shit dealing within the system. But we got folks who are amongst us, the Nat Turner types, and best believe there are many of those who revolted against the system, who put a lot of these goddamn slave owners in the dirt. But always amongst us, who stopped a lot of this shit, the continuation of the shit has always been the super coon types. Oh, massa, they getting ready to do another one of those revolts. And now you done warn these people who already can go and grab their cachet of shit, be ready for your ass. And mind, they hitting you with shit from a distance when you doing these things from the arm. And this is what the European has always learned. From here, from the combat, no match. That's why you deal with a Tyson Fury, needing to change the whole dynamic of a glove, because throughout history, they've never been able to utilize this. This is why this Second Amendment shit has been so crucial to them. And just dealing with understanding these type of pussies. When it comes down to, they create all these movies where they play heroes and apocalypse and all this shit. The minute shit gets looking scary with this coronavirus shit, what do? Haul off to Guns R Us, buying up everything because of the pussy that lives within them. That's why they women don't want to fuck with them. And so this understanding with the system, understanding it. So you coming in here, having to live under these conditions and being undereducated within the system, not understanding it, not understanding there's layers into which this system begins to function. Now, those who thrived amongst us have been the ones who've been educated. Now, what has happened with the educated is those same white folks, through them coming through it with their manipulation, bringing in the educated blacks to teach him that he's better than these other folks, and where he separates and isolates himself away from those blacks who are out in the fields, who he can be uplifting through elevation and knowledge. But that wasn't done because these same people, through their tricks and understanding of what they may be up against, if all these damn people out here educating shit, we need to pull these smart motherfuckers away from them, keep them along with us. Now the smart motherfucker not realizing he's lost on power, because those who look like him, who reflect him, he could have been empowering, educating, he could have gained major strides within the system. But over time, through conflict, through battle, we got to understand, even with the Civil War, a lot of that Civil War activity came from us slaughtering these motherfuckers. And keep in mind, we were people that just brought out to the field, put guns in our hands. We figured out how to utilize these weapons, and we became some of the best soldiers they seen out there on that field. And we went about slaughtering these Confederate pussies who still want to fly a pussy-made flag that's full of treason, and ain't no heritage behind this shit. But when it comes down to us, when we look at that flag, we look at it and think that we slaughtered these motherfuckers. That's the way I look at that flag, and I'll piss on it. But also moving into where, as you begin to educate and evolve within the system, you can affect change within it. But the only time we seem to see when we affect change is when we get the tearing shit the fuck up. And that's also the thing that broke apart slavery, is when we got the tearing shit the fuck up. But beyond just tearing shit the fuck up, with like the same thing I watched in the riots as a kid, I've always been an observant ass motherfucker. As a kid, as I began to watch things tear apart within the system, we get to burning shit down, causing so much fucking high value fucking damage within the system. Matter of fact, let me talk about the Watts riots before I move to that. When the Watts riots came about in the 60s, that was in a small little block. It didn't even move across the whole city, but it created such a level of deep fear amongst the whites that resided in the LA area. And then don't mind all the other riots that start to spread throughout the country during the volatile years of this nation, to where white folks began to want to get their shit right, and they also began to fucking have that white flight. They begin to fly the fuck up out of our areas. But in these moments where we should have took advantage of buying up these, we did start to take advantage of a lot of property, but we should allow ourselves to put the right people in play, understanding. We got to understand the way you move through a system and the way you elevate is to have people who are smarter than you around you. And that's what we have to understand within ourselves, and not being interference of ourselves. And that's what happened in the LA riot thing when all this shit was coming to play. We got interference of ourselves, where the motherfuckers who weren't the smartest, they may have been the soldiers out there doing the get down, but they weren't the smartest ones in the room, and they should have just learned how to take a step back. But we have to learn as we progress through this project called America of how to move through it and understanding we all can't, like me. I may get the education. I ain't the smartest motherfucker in the room. Even with a business education, that don't mean I understand how to run and operate and build something from the ground up. I have to step back, listen to the smartest motherfuckers in the room, and watch and become observant. Then one day, when shit is niched up well, maybe I learn from those who mentor me. But when it comes to shit, we got to put those who are in play. But even those who are the smartest in the room, they have to stop fucking butting heads with each other.
Yeah.
Everybody has a part to play. Even there, everything can be unilateral. Sometimes you just got to learn how to mix and match things that may come from different angles, and you mesh that shit together. But the smartest in the room, people have to accept and just roll with the flow of what they're putting out there. But also in my mindset is also when it comes to there's many layers. There's no singular layer to anything. Anybody who thinks there's a singular method of shit is fooling themselves. There are many multi-layer, and that's the way America functions. America's like a web of shit. There's multi-functions within the system, and we have to take advantage of all of them. We have to start educating, even talking about Jews. When you look at Jews, as fucked up as they are, wherever fucking Jewish people go, them motherfuckers thrive in that nation. They ain't dependent upon that nation. Jews have been fucking immigrants to every nation they done went into, and they have thrived greater than the fucking system its goddamn self. And that's the one thing I can give Jews. And it takes for us to understand, not just a lot of people not Jews, but on the other end, you got to respect the motherfuckers, they whole get down, because them motherfuckers have understood throughout all the test of times of how to operate in the system. And it's caused nations to be jealous against them. So we got to understand through that shit is keeping every shit commune within one, educating each other. They within their community, they have doctors, they self-sustain, lawyers, entertainers, writers, architects, engineers, all this shit. And why you think America, Great Britain, all this shit does so much for Jewish nations? Because these motherfuckers have created the atomic weapon systems. Mm-hmm. They've been big integral parts into fucking our fucking space systems, not along with just the Germans, because Germans stole a lot from what Jews have taught them. So them motherfuckers have been brilliant-minded motherfuckers. It's time for black folks to wake their mind up, because we're brilliant-minded motherfuckers. We create so much shit in this country, but we sleep on other shit. We just gotta wake up from that shit.
We just gotta wake up.
Like somebody says, Jews were blacks. We gotta get back, if that's what we were, get back to being what we were.
Listen, my boy
but
Jason.
Yeah, that's all I got.
I appreciate that, brother. My boy Jason, you know, he's Jewish, and we just had a conversation fairly recently. And, you know, that's my boy. I told him speak freely all around me. And there was a lot of things he didn't understand, because we have numbers. We're not outnumbered. We're out organized. If we can get it together, we won't have to worry about anybody doing anything for us. But that's my time. Yo, Reg, let everyone know how they can find you.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Thanks for bringing me on, man. I was just coming in to tune in, but yeah, y'all can find me at Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. Periodically, I'm always dropping regular content, man. I drop a lot of content off the phone, so I produce a lot of shit very quickly because I'm doing it off my phone. Powerful tool, quick tool. So I just put a little bit of that out for people who thinking about creating a channel, man. Our content is so critical. It's so critical for us to have a voice, to speak real shit, not bullshit, but to speak real shit, give our side to information that's being put out by mainstream, taking our approach into how we view and look at shit, because no greater view or look at shit can magnify, is above what black folks view shit, because the American experience is the black experience. So through our window and shit is the way these stories should be told, and we should be able to control content, because content is key. So I do a lot of shit off the phone, not so much on the computer. So that's why I'm just turning shit out through an app called Kind Master. So I'm just giving a little bit of game because I believe in pushing out a game. If it works for me, someone can go beyond what I'm doing. I'm gonna push out the game. I use Kind Master, use Instagram, clip shit, edit shit, put it on there, put voiceover on shit. So that's the way I'm turning out shit very fast. I don't spend a lot of time on here. When I push out shit, I may push out 10, 20 videos in a day.
Yeah.
I read over an article, I can drop a video in 5 minutes through the use of my phone. I don't have to edit on here. I just use my computer when I'm live. So that's me putting out shit for folks. Empower your voice, empower yourself, take pride in yourself. And I understand how, and just one quick thing, I'm gonna get out of here, how black folks have been taught to hate themselves. When everyone across the world, we spoke about how white women across this country have always fallen in love with us. You go over into Germany, these women love you. You go down to Mexico, these women love you. You go over into Asia, these women love you. And the same thing with black women. You go anywhere in the world, people are in love with you. But you can sit here and have insecure people tell you what you're not and how you don't look, but they can turn around and try to look like you.
That's right.
Wake up from that shit. Understand your beauty. Take power. And when you're dealing with insecure people, that's when little punk bigots come in and want to say racial shit. You inferior to me. You inferior. You're insecure by some shit. So I'll take you empower me when you come in with clown shit. That's all I got on that one, man. Thanks for bringing the brother on, man.
Anytime, brother. I always wanted to chop it up with you, brother, man. I really appreciate that. Yo, listen, fellas, I'm putting Kaya's Instagram in the chat. Y'all go check her Instagram. All right, this sister is the real deal, man. She's the real deal, and I will have her on the show. Like I said, she's a busy individual. She's a busy professional, and her scheduling just didn't connect at the last minute, and that's okay. But I'm gonna have her on the show because she is everything we talk about, and the fact that she's a black woman making it in this world, on this soil, no excuses, and working and grinding and making life happen like how we're supposed to be, that is motivation for me. All right, that's motivation for every black woman. I really wanted to have her on here so the sisters could see and ask her questions or whatever, but I'll get her on. Shout out to Kaya, I'm gonna have her on. But yeah, man, yo, thank everyone for tuning in. I'm Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. That's a boxing conversation with Reggie Owens, man. I appreciate everyone tuning in, man. And sorry to run off on a tangent, but I get pissed off when I have traders in the ranks, man. Yo, I love y'all. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Peace to everybody in the chat, man. We all family, and we doing nothing but growing, and that's why the trolls are threatened by us. We all over the world, baby. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC.